Welcome everyone in this new live development video about building an auto battle game. In this video we're going to improve our selection logic of focused units while we are in combat. It's gonna be pretty easy. We're going to do what I was saying in the previous video, split up the two logics here. So we're gonna have another function called find focus units. So I've seen how we were gonna do it, and it's actually quite easy because we already have all the logic here. So find focus unit, find focus square. In there we never want to do anything if we're not hitting a square, and we don't want to do a multisphere trace by channel. We don't want to do this. We only want to get the cursor location like this. So we want to check if this actor is valid. And if it is not, we're going to not focus any square. Same goes if the square is not local. We're going to not focus the square, and we don't want that either, so we're going to grab that, get that, and we're going to cast this actor into a square. So find focus square is only going to take care of focusing the squares, and if we only do this and hit play, we're not gonna be able to focus anything. We'll just drop what we cut here, and we're going to take care of making sure we can focus the squares. So we'll do something real quick. We'll say that I think we don't even need the box anymore, but for now we're not going to get rid of it. We're just going to say this has no collision. And we're going to say that this static mesh is actually ignoring everything but the cursor. It's blocking the cursor. It's going to have a query only collision, and it's going to be a world static like this. And it doesn't work. I guess that's because we're tracing for cursor. If the hit actor is not valid, we're going to unfocus. If it's not a square, we're going to unfocus. So I guess that's something wrong with the collision. Collision enable bus, generate hit events. I think that was the only thing I had to do to enable this. Okay, so we apparently broke something. How did we broke something? Why are units spawning on the ground? They're not even triggering the team color stuff, as you can see. So everything has fallen apart, guys. What's going on? Okay, if we said this is not focusable. Oh yeah, of course, because this is the channel units are using to find this square, so we need to say that this is focusable. We don't care about this. So the static mesh here is indeed going to be custom and block the cursor. But it's still not working. So I wonder why. What did I? Okay. Collision enabled. Yeah, so it's working. It was the only thing I had to do. We had to do. So we can focus our units. That's fine. But we can no longer focus stuff here. But it doesn't matter. So in our in-player controller, when we find the focus unit, what do we do here? We actually grab everything we add. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use our multisphere trace by channel under our cursor location. We're going to look for we're gonna do a multisphere trace for object, and we're gonna look for pawn, I think. Yeah, this is a pawn. I think we don't want to be looking for that. Yeah, we're gonna look for focusable here, so that's the same thing we were doing. But we want to loop, we want to break. yeah, we only want to do this if there is actually an actor here. If there are no actors, we're just going to I don't think we'll see. So yeah, we're gonna do this like with a radius of 50, and we're going to look for the first combat unit we can find as combat units. So if this is not a combat unit, we're not going to do anything for now. So if this is a combat unit, we actually, and this is a different unit than the one we're focusing right now. We want to unfocus and focus, and we don't want to do anything regarding squares. So what happens if we do this? We're gonna drop these guys here. Okay, no, we're gonna drop that guy here, and now we cannot unfocus. So of course we didn't build that logic. So if we have nothing, we're gonna unfocus, but it won't work because we will be finding squares, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, we're finding squares, so this never triggers. So if we're never finding any combat units, we need to be unfocusing here. So this is actually, if we go there, we're going to break be found combat units. We're gonna make this, we're gonna plug this here. We found a combat unit, and we're going to break the loop because we like to break loops. And if we did not find a combat unit, we're gonna unfocus like this. So yep, we have. So what's going on here? Okay, I think so. This is triggering. So this is triggering, and this is removing any. It's removing the outline from the first, but here it's working. It seems to be working better than before. So we'll just see if we're happy about that behavior. We'll just make them a little bit closer, like this. So yeah, it's for, oh, so it doesn't like it. Okay, so why it shouldn't be doing this? It should just be grabbing the first one it finds. So but we are breaking the loop because so let's see, we arrived there with at least four members, two knights, two units, and two squares. So it's popping this. So I guess what happens if we do this? Yeah, it doesn't like it, of course. So still happens. Yeah, and it blinks because because we need to be indeed triggering this all the time. So problem doesn't come from when we do this. Yeah, of course, of course. No, not of course. I don't know why. Because they are being returned. Okay. They are being returned in different. We need to sort them by distance somehow. So I think we can do something like temp dist and if so temp diff is going to be like 500, we don't care. If this is inferior than distance here, we're going to pass the test. So we basically return only the closest units. Oh, I think we need knights to clearly see the bug. Yep. What did I did? Is this inferior? Is 500 inferior to this? No. No. Is the distance inferior? So we have like 2 knights. So that's really strange. Because I think so this always trigger, this only triggers because the next frame units are not sorted in the same order here, so the second knight comes in and it's the next frame, so this is no use of us to us. This has no use. So yeah, how can we fix the issue here? Units are strictly at the same distance, so that's why it's happening. But I think it's not logical. We should be looking at I think we should be doing something like get distance from these points. We need to be doing this. Is our cursor location? We want to compare the distance from cursor, which is actually that value, from the trace start. So we're starting the trace here. So yeah, I think we were correct to check this, but not the way we did. So we need to make sure that the distance of the actor is shorter than get distance to this from our cursor. So we need the location minus the origin point, trace start, vector length. This is only going to be possible if the unit is closer to our cursor. So I think this is gonna work. Yep. So fine. Oh, get focused units. Maybe this is just a bug coming from the fact that I escaped the game a bit hard in a hard way, so we don't have an error. If we do this, do we have an error? No, we don't. So the error came from this point. Oh, we still have the bug somehow. Yeah, because we're at the exact same, we're exactly in the middle, so we can do a little trick to fix this. And we have an error here. It says, the error says in the branch we're looking for, oh yeah, of course. If we arrive here, the first time and we don't have a focus unit, we can compare our distance. So we'll just do this. So if they are different, if we don't have this and we have a focus, if the actor we hit is a combat unit and it's different from the unit we recorded, and if we actually have a unit recorded, we are checking the range, else we are just moving straight to the focus unit, so we won't have the error anymore. But now we need to focus on the little cheat code we want. So I think we'll just say we'll compare. So this is the distance from I think we'll say this plus 20, like this. Maybe 10 is enough. So the server is gonna have 3 nights. Yeah, I'm done. It just repels the problem. Or maybe because I just done it. Yeah. It's starting to get boring a bit. And I don't know why it's not doing it. I don't know why it's doing it here and not there. Because we manage, at some point we managed to be, yeah, I'm sure we can trigger that bug here if we do like radius 50. Yep. Okay, so if we say like radius 10, that's a little bit cheaty. And it doesn't like it. It's not pleasing right now to click on them, to manipulate them. So let's say 50 like we were. So this is pretty annoying. Well, first what we can do is remove this from here, go back to find focus square, and if the square we are looking for is actually is not local, we're going to find focus unit. So we can focus units here. And if we go there, we can still focus them. and but regarding the units themselves. So I think that's this is strange that it's strange that we don't manage to do what we want with this, because we're checking if the units we are currently focusing is not closer, and it's closer. For instance, at that point my cursor is actually closer from the top one than the bottom one, so our condition should be working, but it's not working, and I'm really unsure why. Maybe because I'm dumb? No, that was the correct play. So that was the correct way to do it. So the position of the unit means the trace start. Yeah, we want the distance. And it's the distance of the unit we're currently looking at. Only if we already have a focused unit. And what if we cheat? What if we say, maybe that's it, maybe the issue is that maybe that was the issue here. At least it did something. So we need the cursor location means the trace start. Okay, that's dumb. This is the same spot. So we want, so that's not what we want. We want the position of this. Yeah, it's okay. Minus the cursor location. We want that distance, and we want the distance to the other units, like this. We don't have what we want. We want big units, or else it won't trigger the bug. It doesn't want to give us knights. We're not knighty enough, apparently. So yeah, works better. So yeah, that was the issue here. We were comparing wrong different types of information. One of the information was one of the distance we were calculating was located directly on the ground, and we were comparing it to the distance to the actor, and the actor root is in the middle of him, so it wasn't calculating it wasn't comparing the proper values when it was comparing distance. That's why it wasn't working. So what else do we need to do? Oh yeah, we can lock units now. It's apparently the feature is working. And what if we have several units? How does it behave? So like this, I have them, and then I'm starting the game. So I'm locking the Wolf Rider, but when I go somewhere it breaks the lock. Yep. So we can say we're pretty happy about this, and I think it kinda closes the chapter about setting up the outgame and the elements we needed. We're going to see where we're heading next. I'm going to think about that, and we'll just maybe offset the how to say that, the camera to make it closer, just as a quick fix, because we can see there's something wrong here going on. We don't have the same angle of point of view here. Did we change something? What did we change? So if I do this and that, or is it just the light maybe? Yeah, just the fact that the light is in the other way. Yeah, because it's the exact same point of view. So we'll just offset this real quick because it's easy, and then we'll be done for that video. So we'll just open up not the shop, not at all, the file zone, and I think that's here. If the grid is local, we're offsetting it. So right now I would say the pivot is too high. We moved him by 100, so it's changing it here as well. We can be switching with this guy, so we don't want that. We want to put it higher then. So yeah, no, it's not changing here, hopefully. So yeah, that's better. Maybe a little bit too much, like this. And if we hit play, yeah, that's better. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that video, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.